Hey, so what's good, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Natasha Nisha. So on this one, I'm speaking about marriage and kingdom spouse, and so I'm just asking, like, are you awaiting a kingdom spouse? And also, I just want to unpack like the pressures from society, So I have here, don't let society make you anxious for marriage to marry. So from the start, like in God's eyes, just he hates divorce, and marriage is a lifelong covenant commitment, and it can go wrong because both parties are human. And then now you come to a place whereby you maybe or the innocent party in whatever went wrong, but now you have to now end up hurting the heart of God, like with divorce. So there's that. Okay, so some things I have here that you can consider is like, just take your time, and it's super important to let friends and family give you feedback on the person. Sometimes you can get to a place whereby you think like you know it all and it's your life, and you don't want to maybe hear what anybody has to say. You know how you feel, but many a times in the end you end regretting that. So have trusted a support network that can vet the person. That's super super important. And then yeah, so I said, like, any steps that you overlook in this early process always come back to bite you. And as we're speaking of kingdom marriages, it's super important that you let this guy find you hidden in Christ. So work it out that he has to go through God to find your heart. Like, this shouldn't be somebody that you and him are unequally yoked. You're just taking him now, like, from the world, and hoping to introduce him to the faith. Most times, this adds extra pressure to the relationship, because like you're a believer, and you walk a certain way. Now there's all the added pressures that come with marriage. A different person, a new person living together, building a life together, etc. Coupled with like you want your partner to walk with you. So it's better to find somebody who is already a believer like yourself, and yeah. So either way, like, come, you need to grow to the place where you enjoy, the single life until somebody worthy comes along. So, like, some questions to ask yourself, or like, are you independent? Like, are you working? Are you independent? Autonomous person. That is super important. Have you grown emotionally to an emotionally mature state? Are you mature emotionally? Like, have you done the healing from childhood? Whatever issues you experienced in your childhood home growing up, it's so important to get those healed, because even in marriage, it's like so much healing that God does, but you just need to come into it having some foundation, on a good foundation. Like, it's super important that you know yourself. Before you even into relationships. It's good to know yourself, what you're looking for, etc. Because this gives a foundation to build on. Another thing to look out for is like not to be influenced by like biological clocks ticking, not to be influenced by loneliness, and because many times this ends in tears and regret, and like man, divorce is a serious thing. You know, a lot of the time also you could just get married at a courthouse, you know, and that is free. But then when it comes to the divorce, now you have to be paying to get out of it. It changes your status in life, you know. And either way, like divorce is a breakup of a relationship. And yeah, it's painful. It comes with all its repercussions. So before you even opt and succumb to all the pressures from society to marry, you know, grow to the place like where you're happy in your own company, and where you come to a place whereby you know, like, you know who you are, and that's something that you have to give and add value to any relationship or marriage, you know, just by knowing yourself and what you have to give, you know. Like, if you don't know yourself, how will you ever know what it is that you bring to the table, you know? So another thing to look out for is like sex before marriage. You know, like many times, of all times, that doesn't end well. Because, you know, like, what I know is that if you engage with your boyfriend or fiance before the marriage, and then you enter into the marriage, most times this person will always judge you and hold that over your head, you know, like, especially if you profess to be a Christian, a believer, but maybe you fell and you know, like, for this person, the guy maybe will look at it as if like this is always the case. What is so different with me? And then you know that because maybe you know, like, you cross the boundary line that you should not have. So it's best that we marry, you know, just to make it right, kind of a thing. But then they always hold that over your head, you know, in the marriage, and that is like just stink. That is stink. So just be aware of that, you know, ladies. Yeah. So just take your time, you know, take your time. Stop coming like to be desperate and pressurized by other people's lives, you know, like, it's so much better to be single and happy and free than to be stuck in a loveless, toxic marriage, you know. A lot of the times, the picture portrayed looks so beautiful, but then later on, when you find out that this was a miserable marriage and they just kept up, you know, the facade to the public. So just like, take your time. Don't skip any steps in the dating process. You know, get family and friends involved. You know, like, and you yourself need to be at a place where you are confident and happy in yourself, independent. You know, it's like a whole person. Let two wholes come together, not like one half and you're needing another half to complete you. That's super important. And also, yeah, because it you know, when it ends bad, then it's like, and open your eyes to red flags. You know, I heard somebody say also, one of my other mentors online, that, you know what, if you are dating somebody and you cross the boundary, you know, you break boundaries, and somehow you guys get intimate have sexual relations, then best case scenario from there on out is just to end it. End it, see that as a mistake, and write that person off. Don't continue if you wanna have an honorable, you know, like, see that as a mistake where you fell and just ended, because yeah, there's no real future, especially as a Christian woman. I mean, we humans still, we may slip up and give in, because you know how these men can be so persuasive, and who don't even talk about those that will come at you like, like you're not a virgin, so what makes it like you gave other men, so just like, or those that put pressure on you, like I'm gonna leave if you don't get intimate with me. I don't know, but cut, cut off, cut off, cut off. And yeah, man, you really need to know your worth. You really need to know your value, and who you are before you even engaging in any relationships. You need to be healed and strong in yourself, like that is super important for building foundation, and just to yeah, I did it wrong, and yeah, so I just hope that somebody can not experience a bad marriage, because really, it can mess up your whole life. And then also, like, yeah, like, I'm just gonna leave it here. I hope it blesses you. I'm not gonna ramble on too much. See you on the next one. Peace out.